Ted O'Brien is Deputy Leader of the Opposition, Shadow Treasurer and Federal Member for Fairfax. Mr O'Brien, thank you very much for your time.
Thanks for yours, Justin.
I imagine you're making a note that if you take back government, don't do this.
Well, I think
the note you'd be making.
Well, no, the note I really am making is when it comes to the Albanese government, you should be looking at what they do and pay very little attention to what they say. I think Tom laid that out very clearly there. The Albanese government has been promising the Australian people a whole bunch of things, which it's been receiving advice, saying the opposite behind closed doors. But it has never come clean with the Australian public. And that's the real takeout here. They did promise 1.2 million homes would be built. And it's clear the public service are telling them that simply won't happen, which accords with the Property Council, which is saying they're about over 460,000 properties short. And as for the main area of contention at the moment on tax, Labor's only proposal is to introduce unrealised capital gains tax, this new superannuation tax. And what we see here is a recommendation from Treasury to build on that tax. So anyone who thought that's a one-off, well, clearly it's not. And so now it's up to the Treasurer to confirm what else is he going to apply unrealised capital gains tax to. Will it go to family trusts? Will it go to family homes? It's also clear that Labor has a spending problem. I know we in the Coalition have been calling this out, but Treasury has now put that in black and white. Labor is spending like there's no tomorrow, and they have to restore fiscal discipline.
Well, I was going to ask you, what would you do? If you were sitting there and you're getting this advice from Treasury, what's your move?
Probably two things. Number one, we would restore fiscal discipline. Labor has none. Treasurer Chalmers, Prime Minister Albanese, they have no discipline. Only last week we were talking about the Reserve Bank of Australia monetary policy. Well, the government's in charge of fiscal policy. It has no framework, which is why the Commonwealth has increased spending by up to 17%.
Ted, respectfully, we've talked about the problems with the government. The question was, what would you do about it if you were getting that advice from Treasury?
Number one, we would be introducing some fiscal discipline, so there's a clear framework of spending. And number two, we would be going for growth in the Australian economy. The economy is growing less than half of its long-term average. Productivity has gone backwards by 5%. Those two things would be our priority. The first
would you increase taxes?
The Albanese government. The first one, the Albanese government is refusing to even concede that it is overspending. That's number one. Number two, they're doing nothing to grow the economy. Absolutely nothing.
Would you increase taxes?
We've been very clear that I will turn up to the productivity/tax roundtable that the Treasurer has introduced, and we'll hear the ideas. But there's only one tax increase on the agenda, and that is Labor's superannuation tax. And Justin, we think that is super big, super bad. It's unfair on young people in particular and farmers, and that needs to be opposed. We believe, as a Liberal Party, we believe in lower, simpler and fairer taxation. Clearly, the government doesn't know how to stop spending money, and it's not addressing any aspect of fiscal discipline.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for yours.
Ted O'Brien, who's Deputy Leader of the Opposition, Shadow Treasurer.